Karibu, 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 karibu. Maybe we should sing. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Come on, we wish you a Merry Christmas. No, we need to be organized. Let's begin it. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. High five. I want a high five. Merry Christmas. This is Politics Today, Hapa Science TV. My powerful name is JONAH SIMBA. Hapa tunachapa siasa, by the way. Hapa tunachapa siasa. We welcome you to Chapa Siasa with us on 011980384. 011980384. Na tuko na wanasiasa hapa. On my immediate left, that should be Damian Evans. Hi, Damian.
Hi, Jonah.
Next to Damian Evans, ODM Youth League. Next to Damian Evans, we have Elizabeth Michaels, NAC Kenya Women League. I almost said Mata Karua Women League. How is your party leader?
Yeah, she's well in the Lord always.
Pass our Christmas greetings to her. Then we have Nicholas Oyo, Secretary General, Free Kenya Movement.
Yes,
Karibu sana, Nick.
Tumekaribia.
Yeah, I want us to begin right where we stopped last week. We were talking about recruitment. You remember that? Yes. Why all the recruitment manenos? Maybe I should begin with you, Damian.
Okay, thank you so much, Jonah, for this opportunity again. Well, first and foremost, you see, you should have people should join political parties. You know, because political parties are not merely vehicles for attaining political power, but political parties should be seen as organizations or entities that should be championing for change. They should be acting as alternative governments. So the role of political parties is very, very important. So right now, the ODM party is doing party recruitment solely because we want people to join the political party so that they can champion for the things that they want to. Their voices can be heard, they can give their ideas. And right now, our party began that process last month, 11th November 2023. It was launched massively by our party leader, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga. He began the tour in Nyanza, crisscrossed Western, went almost everywhere, and actually the process is still on because we want people to join the party. Well, I agree we can have people, there are people to call themselves independent-minded people. But you see, Jonah, I believe politics is not sinful. Now, for a very long time, we have demonized politics. Because when you hear people saying, you don't need to join a political party because a political party is bad, political parties are controlled by individuals. But where does the change begin? You see, no, I'll not fight from outside. I have to fight from within. So we need alternative voices even within the political party framework. Our party ODM, we have done so much because our party propagates for social democracy. I know we might have issues, concerns, because personalities are also different. There are people who join the party today, they leave tomorrow, but the issue should be, what is the ideology of the party?
Okay.
The party should be led by a person, but a party should not be personality driven. That is the conversation that we should be having. Political parties are not entirely bad, as people call it. Professor Piero Lumumba wrote a book called A Call for Sanity, or A Call for Sanity in Kenyan Politics, sanitizing Kenyan politics. He likens Kenyan politics to mud. Says Kenyan politics is very dirty. It is the politics that is dirty because politics is driven by individuals. So right now, the recruitment that we are having stems from the grassroots level. We're beginning from the ward level, whereby people will be registering as party members. We'll go to the constituency level, There will be recruitment there up to the national level, and the registration process is free. So my plea to every Kenyan is to join the political party that appeals to you in terms of ideology, a political party that you feel can champion or rather propagate the vision that we so want to see in this country, a political party that you see resonates with your ideologies.
That's okay. Now, UDA is conducting elections for its official leaderships. Is ODM also doing the same?
ODM will be having elections.
Men in Black?
No, not Men in Black. Not Men in Black. ODM ODM is a very organized political party.
Right.
Actually, we had a NEC meeting, National Executive Committee meeting, and they approved, or rather made a resolution, that the elections are going to be held the beginning months of next year, 2024. UDA, surprising, not even surprising, we expected it. You see, UDA is a very young, UDA is a toddler, is a toddler, it's like a toddler. UDA thought organizing party elections was a walk in the park. You saw the president announce that you are going to conduct elections in December. You know, during party elections, that is when you'll find maybe cracks developing within the party, because you'll find people now regrouping. There is team A, which wants to support their people. There is team B, which will also camp. So we'll have a lot of regroupings. So through those regroupings, he foresaw that we are going to have very, very strong cracks within the party. And also, party elections are not easy to conduct. So that is why they had to postpone to an unknown date.
Okay. Elizabeth Michael.
Yes.
NAC Kenya.
Yes.
Anything happening there? Recruitment, election of officials?
Yeah. What is happening, Jonah, in our party is we are doing also just like our counterparts. But before I go there, I want to echo his sentiments about political parties being vehicles. However, we also look at who is the leader, because I don't think, personally for me to choose NAC Kenya is because of the leader, the character of the person who is also leading us, because you have different characters. The party also has its manifesto that I am accustomed with, and I like it. That's why I chose that. And it doesn't mean that ODM is bad, but I chose this other way, which is what we are advocating, that people should align themselves and belong somewhere at least, so that when we want to channel something or drive a certain goal, we are able maybe to channel together, like we have come together in Azimio, despite us belonging to different parties. Yes, we are going to have mass recruitment also. We are reviving all the county branches. That will happen sometime next year. About elections, I think we are okay as a party, unless...
Who is Tabu to you?
Tabu is my executive director.
Say hi to him.
I will.
Pass him our Christmas greetings.
I will say hi. Actually, after this, I'll call him and tell him Science TV is saying hi, and especially Jonah, I think he knows you.
Right.
So yeah, that is going to happen, and I think NAC Kenya, if we are going to have for elections to happen, we have to mobilize something called an NDC, right? Yes. A National Delegates Council. And if something like that is going to happen, we are going to announce if now or soon, because we always have an election every 3 or 4 years. That's when the NDC happens, and we elect every 5 years. Sorry?
What are your official colors?
We have, let me call it Safaricom Green.
So do we expect women in Safaricom Green to mess up the elections?
I think
Safaricom may be on your case.
They might be on my case, but that's the green we use. Is it?
Oh, it's actually called, it has a name. It has a name.
The green that we use,
It has
it's,
a name.
it's near luminous, but it's
Yeah.
not luminous green,
Right.
but it's there about. Then we have a red flower and white wordings for North Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Kenyans seem to be attached to the flag colors. Why it's only orange here? Maybe, Nicholas, you should speak up for Jubilee.
Of course, Jubilee is also doing their own arrangements. I think it's a season that everybody's trying to reorganize their parties, which is good actually. I want to maybe laud this because it's happening 1 year after election. I mean, about 2 years after elections. We had elections 2022. All this are going to happen in 2024. However, I hope that by 2025 we should have sorted out issues in political parties so that we begin to look at other things. It's a challenge that I think we are giving to them. And the other thing that we need to give them also as a challenge is digitization. Because it's not always that you must bring people to a meeting. I mean, after COVID, we realized that even cabinet meetings were being done online. And we realized that these things can happen. So I hope these parties can also adopt some of those things. And I think for me, if parties in Kenya could adopt that, then we could actually have elections that are being done where everybody participates from wherever they are. And I think if they did it, they're going to help us also get to a point where even our elections are national elections. We can begin to move towards some of the things you're saying in Free Kenya, that we want to have ATM like voting, because you see the reality of the fact is you trust your ATM. It is somewhere out there and you're going to take money from there.
Do you really think we've come to that level? Because someone mentioned to me that Kenyan elections, we begin gently, then suddenly we are given a choir, then suddenly you see Chemkati on the back and someone being hit by rumbus. I mean, do you really think we can behave with that ATM voting? Really, you know, we want to be there to ensure that our vote, you know, kuna kulinda kura, you know. I don't know if you have an experience of our primaries, and these people tell us here, our primaries are very chaotic.
They're chaotic. Everything in politics in Kenya is really chaotic when you're involving anything to do with elections, when you're involving anything to give power. But then I think for me, Jonah, if you can trust that that thing can take care of your money, and your money is not going to disappear, then you should also be able to take care of your vote, Jonah. And for me, really, it is about parties moving us to the next level. I'm not really a critic of parties per se. I'm a critic of what we have right now to move it forward. And if you look at 60 years after the US independence, they had so many other parties. The first parties that were working there was a party called Whigs, and you can never see that anymore now. So really, I know that we are improving. And
did you say Whigs or Whigs?
It used to be called Whigs Party or something.
Not weed.
Not weed. It was a party called Weeds.
Clearly a festive season.
Yeah. Not weed. You'll make Wajakoya now pay attention. But then the question, Jonah, is this. And
you should be registering people. What is the name of Wajakoya's party?
Roots Party.
He should be also doing some recruitment.
I hope he's also doing it in 2024. I really hope that parties can really get to a point that we now say that we have serious parties. Because John, I'll give you some of the challenges I want them to face. In Britain, in UK, if the party loses elections, the leader leaves, and basically a new party begins to grow from there.
Right.
It has happened all the time. For me, that is where we need to go to. We need to go to a point that, like now, Azimio, these are all members of Azimio. This end of the year, we were expecting them to sit down and ask themselves, how did you lose the elections in 2022, and what are you changing from there?
Maybe
and how
we should
are you
ask
putting
them
together?
Maybe we should
Those
ask
are
them
things
if
they
they're
need to
having parties. You know, parties like Kanu probably are having. Okay, you know, they're having parties. Parties like Kanu
They should
are
have
having
end the
parties.
year reflections, not parties.
Jonah.
Yes.
Let the conversation be fully fledged. We want to run away or to dissuade people against this narrative that political parties are only meant for elections. You see, after the 2022 elections, we have a government in place.
Yeah.
Despite all those issues that we're complaining about, now our party leader, for instance, told us, do you think of amongst all of you people, amongst everyone who is seated here, I think I'm the most bruised person here, politically speaking. You see? But right now, you cannot come to my office telling me that you need my support for the 2027 gubernatorial elections. Come on, we are in 2023. Let's get the work done. So what is the function of this party? That, for instance, if you are giving an alternative voice, if this government is doing this, we talked about the county governments, if the government is failing in A, B, C, D, then as political parties, well, what are you doing? What are the alternative ideas? That is what we're supposed to be discussing.
You're supposed to be putting them on check.
Exactly. You know, I slap you with the right arm, but I massage you with the left. You know.
Yeah, someone was talking that our education system is just exam focused, so are our parties also election focused in that sense?
Honestly speaking, most of our parties are election focused, because look at during the campaign trails. That is when you will see mushrooming of political parties, and they come in a lot of numbers. I attended some events organized by Office of the Registrar of Political Parties just recently. Right. And they say that 95 political parties have been registered. And actually there are many political parties that are receiving funds. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what conversations are these political parties putting forward other than the ruling party? They are the ones who are supposed to put on check the ruling party. And putting on check the ruling party does not only mean castigating. My brother was talking about political education. Political education is a function of the political parties. They, even when they're doing recruitment, it should not be about recruitment. ODM is recruiting people. When we use the USD, it is *483*036#. I'll tell people, join the ODM party. But other than that, somebody will ask, what is in it for me when I join ODM as a political party? Then there comes the political education. Because the problem that we have in this country, and that's why we have a lot of political parties, the Kenyan populace or the Kenyan electorate has been seen as people who are uninterested in politics or disinterested in politics. So there are many issues that the common mwananchi needs to understand as benefits of joining the political parties, because most of the times you have made political parties. Yes, you are right. I also joined the ODM because of Raila Odinga, by the way. He's a leader. I feel my ideals resonate well with the things he's championing for. But beyond Raila Odinga, minus, remove Raila Odinga from the ODM party. Will we have a party? That is what we want.
That's the question. Yes.
That is the question. So now
it's a scary situation to think about, actually.
I know.
ODM is right.
Raila Odinga filling his shoes.
And by the way, UDA is Ruto.
Yeah,
and Ruto is UDA.
I think he's gone to a very good place where he's speaking from.
Yeah.
That parties need to become something. We need to see something in between elections that parties do, and we need to see them being in a situation where, if God forbid something happens and Raila Odinga is not there, then I should see them looking for another leader who is able differently, but also is going to take the party to the next stage.
Someone might have sent a message on 0111980384 that UDA is Gachagua and Gachagua is UDA. So keep on sharing your news.
Yeah, it is amazing that political parties in Kenya are basically personality based.
Right.
But then I think we are moving. When we are seeing young people like this speaking this way, then now I feel like we are moving to the right direction. Because the issue should be, even when we talk about manifestos should be things that are created from the people. They should come from the members of the party, so that when you say that this is the manifesto we have, who is now going to take this manifesto to the next step? And then you look for the leaders. So for me, I think we are moving to the right direction. I like the way I'm seeing things. I hope that we can have a conversation about the constitutional issues in political parties, so that we can get to a point that political parties now become really what we want them to be. institutions that take us to the next stage, and institutions that are going to engage in leadership, real leadership of this country, and real questions of policy in this country.
Now, moving into 2024, again, I'll take you back to the question I asked in the last week about the 2/3 gender rules that we have not yet achieved this far. The issues of people with disabilities within the counties, you know, initially it was 22 counties, it has now even gone down to 16 counties and still going down. The positions of PWDs are being taken up by these other groups, and there is no one to defend this. It's really parties. I mean, have parties performed in 2023? Asking this question again, there was a time when there was a very sensitive bill in Parliament, and the Parliament, you remember what was it Washomba from Githunguri? He was the only one who, what's her name?
Yeah,
the only one who stood against it.
MP.
Yeah, the only one who stood against that finance bill. I don't know how Kenyans and you people here would rate the performance of Parliament in 2023. And really, looking at it, these people have come from parties. These are leaders from parties. Are they really fulfilling the Mwananchi's ideologies? Are these parties really resonating? I mean, what is your rating? How do you rate the performance of the parties? Are they really resonating with the Mwananchi?
Jonah, if you ask me,
yeah,
there is a very big tragedy right now. You see, there was a finance bill.
Right.
As a party and as a coalition, as a mere coalition, we gave a position that we were going to reject, we were going to rally our members of parliament, not only our members, including the ones from the opposing side, that we were going to rally them against the finance bill, which we saw was very punitive to us. But you can see during that episode what happened. We even had members from our side who went to State House.
Yeah, but State House said they're watching.
You see, they went to State House with the idea that they were going to bring development to the people. John SIMBA, during this regime, actually, I can say Parliament is misbehaving, because what is happening is something that I cannot explain. Because if you go to State House, you are a member of Parliament, you have a constituency. We have the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Just recently, we added the MPs who were ranked. There were rankings for the MPs just recently. You could see none of those people who went to State House claiming development featuring anywhere closer to even top 20. A senator, the role of a senator is to oversee the county. You know, you're like the watchdog of the county. A senator is also a member of parliament. A senator does not even have funds earmarked to their accounts in the name of development. So if our senator, they're
pushing for an oversight fund.
No, but you see, it is actually it is the governor who's supposed to be visiting State House. Yeah. Okay, that aside, during the finance bill debate, you saw there were members from our side who flipped to the other side. So this bad behavior is what we want to discourage. If you are disinterested in a political party, just leave, because the parameters are very clear that if the ideals of this political party are becoming foreign to me, then the best and the most honorable thing to do is to decamp from this political party, because that freedom is there by law. Actually, if you ask me, I think the parliament is not behaving well. They're becoming gatekeepers of the executive. There is no way that anything that the executive tables for consideration doesn't even change. The comma does not change. It is passed. Right now, people are suffering because of the Finance Act.
Yeah, Jonah, actually, just to help him.
Yes, please.
we have seen cases of I don't know why my colleague is sugarcoating it, but watu walinunuliwa. Let's just put it like that in black and white.
Right.
And this is why we are advocating that. And I actually concur with his party leader that if you stand here at Science TV and sema ni mimi niko na Kenya nitawafanyia hivi na hivi, and then after tumekuchagua hapa Science TV, then you jump ship, you go to the other party. Please go back to the ground, because people voted for you because of the ideologies of ODM or NAK Kenya, for that matter. Then again, now when you get there, you get greedy because you're being given a load of cash.
Yes.
Then you jump ship. Can you go back and sell the ideologies of UDA huko kwa ground wakuchague na hiyo UDA? And I agree with what Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga said. Hao watu warudi kwa debe, wachaguliwe na UDA.
Hold it there. Viewers, hapa tunachapa siasa. We need to go for a break. See you after the break.